Thursday, June 22, 2023. Uncovering the engine and start working. Finish with a massage of the cooling jets. It's been done already. Finish by torquing down the connector bolts. What's remaining now, I have to make it upside up. Get the dial indicator here for the top dead center to see that it's sitting equal, straight the pistons. I have to check with the filler gauge the clearance between the connecting rods. And since I'm here, an answer to a friend of mine, alright? What should I choose? Should I choose to torque it down to 60 foot-pounds, or should I choose the 5.5 thousand of an inch or 6,000 of an inch? This answer, you're gonna get it from the connecting rod. The connecting rod itself is gonna tell you which one it's the right one. What I mean by that, you can have the same bolts in different connecting rod brands, alright? Or you can use, let us say, an ARP bolts, for example, in a bone stock connecting rod. It doesn't matter. Yesterday, this I'm gonna answer two questions. Sorry. One question is, why yesterday it took me so long to just install 8 pistons? And what should I choose? 60 foot-pounds or 5.5 or 6,000 of an inch? It's very simple. You're gonna see me in any engine build, any engine build, you see me that I'm choosing the bolts and I'm putting it in place. I'm not mixing it up. I'm getting the weight, then I'm fixing the weight, and then I'm putting the left on the left, on the right on the right, on the specific connecting rod, and I'm doing the same thing when I'm installing it. I'm not mixing it up. What you have to do, you have to, when you have outside on your hand the connecting rod, you have to put the connecting rod bearings, you have to torque down the bolts, okay? You want to go with the 60 foot-pounds, you want to go with the 5.5 to 6,000 of an inch. Me, I'm stretching it all the time, all right? In this case, all the bolts, all the connecting rods been torqued down at 5.5 thousand of an inch, 0.0055 of an inch. How much the stretch? It's not 60 foot-pounds exactly. Some of them, they're at 63, some 64, some 62. It depends. It's not exactly the torque specs. I'm going with a stretch all the time, and I'm never gonna change that. All right. So when you stretch it down, you have the connecting rod bearing on the connecting rod. You put your bolts, you put the assembly grease, okay, and you're torquing down to 5.5 thousand of an inch, okay, 0.0055 of an inch. Then you are measuring the inner diameter. You're measuring north to south, east to west, the connecting rod, to see that it didn't came oval. You didn't squeeze it too much. It didn't change the shape of the round of the connecting rod. As soon as you get your measurement, as soon as you see that it's fine, you're good to go. You're within specs, you know. Or if you torque it down, let us say at 60, like I said, I prefer to be on, I'm stretching all the time, but that's me. Now, if you see that at 60 foot-pounds, it's nice and round, your connecting rod, you're good to go. That's the two answers. I think that I answered you, right? So it takes some time to pass through all this. That's why I can make it, like I said before, I can make in half time. I can close the engine in half time that I'm closing right now. But I'm not going to have a clue what's going on. I can just blindly choose pistons, connecting rods, whatever I want, just put it on, put the bolts wherever I want, choose the 60 foot-pounds, start closing it. But it's not like that. To minimize any mistake, to be more precise, and to have a peace of mind, I'm trying the hard way. I prefer to spend 1 day extra in total, let us say, or 2 days extra, more, than to close something in fast and then to have a problem. That's why, after all this time that I'm building engines, I never had any failure. All right? You're not considering a melt piston as a failure. It's not on the mechanic. This has to do with the fuel injector, has to do with the tuning, has to do with different factors. If you want to melt something, you can melt it. I have mentioned this 1 million times. Okay? So, that's my answer. Finish with the connecting rods, like I said. Finish with the clearance between the connecting rods. Finish with the cooling jets. Let's make it upside down, upside up, sorry, to continue with the bridge to see a top dead center. And then I'm gonna bring oil pump, oil pickup tube, the frame that has down here, continue dressing the engine. And yes, the welders, they came and now start blowing. Yay, Putting the engine aside, putting it over there. Let's see a couple of parts before I continue, because I don't want to go and showing you one at a time. Alright, it takes more time. Like this, much better. Here I have guides, timing chain guides. This is a nightmare for me. Why? Because the sticker, it stick on the guide, and then I have to put the brake cleaner with a rag to clean the glue. This bullshit, what it is, you know, it's much better in the back. So this is a nylon bag. What is that? It's supposed to be the tensioners. Alright, that's the timing chain. This other guide, and then, well, they brought me only one tensioner for the stupidity. These three supposed to be the timing chain. 1, 2, 3. Okay. These are the guides, and here for the timing chain, for the cover of the cylinder head, only one. Where's the second one? That's what they had only. In any case, see what's happening. I have to repeat that again. On the nylon bags, let us say this guide, I'm gonna take the new one and I'm gonna put inside the old one. Okay, the same thing I'm gonna do for that. For this one, forget it. Okay, I might put it, let us say, in a big nylon bag like this one together. Same thing for this, same thing for all of them. Same thing for the tensioners. Just okay, same thing also for the tensioners. I'm gonna put inside the old ones, like the timing chain. This I already opened it. Yep. And then you're gonna end up to be in that box outside there, in this box, that it goes back to the owner. This all of his old parts. Maybe he want to see something, maybe he want to get it, maybe whatever he wants. It's not my business. The new bolt, I think that I mentioned that yesterday, that's the new bolt. That's the oil pump down. Okay, I need the seal here. I need to get behind the curtain, the seal from there, some bolts, some stuff here. Then from this side, I have already changed the o-ring at the oil pickup tube here. That's a new o-ring. Here I have the oil pump, oil filter. I have changed the two seals, one that comes here and one that comes here. Okay, new seals here. I don't have the seal for the oil level sensor yet. I don't know why. It's supposed to be here. Now, regarding the oil pump, the plastic oil pump. Before, they brought me this seal separate and they brought me the plug. And that's what I asked also this time. I told them, bring me the plug, new seal, the oil pump, it's fine. And now they said to me, nah, it's not coming separate, it comes all together. So, that's what they brought me. They brought me the oil pump. All complete. I'm sorry, it's not my call, it's not on my hand. They brought me all the oil pump, that's what I'm gonna use. Now, inside of this box, inside of this nylon bag, you're gonna end up the old one, okay? The O-rings and all these things, the same thing, what I'm doing all the time, in a nylon bag, in the box outside. To be okay, to be everybody happy. So, that's the story. I have to continue here. Alright, yeah. Let me do this swap. That's exactly what I'm gonna do actually now. I'm gonna put the old parts inside the nylon bag in the box, take it outside, and keep inside the parts that I'm willing to use. And moving on. Plus, I need to inform, I need to call at the office, but not now. They're opening at 12 o'clock. I have another 1.5 hours. That I have only one guide for the cylinder head, cover. Yep. After opening all the boxes and the nylon bags, it's not missing only one guide. It's missing also this and this. And I was lucky, I said, I'm happy if it's missing only one. Usually they're missing more parts. So, like I said earlier, the old parts are here inside. Okay. New parts I give it in. Let's continue. Let's move on. Standing by for these guides. Yeah, lovely. Lovely. How many chances to come all at once, right? Very little chances, small chances. Either they're gonna come wrong or they're gonna come incomplete. Story of my life. I get used to it. Okay, let's have a look. And I'm gonna show you now why I'm coming angry. Alright. I have one pin here, have the other pin here installed, the oil pump, the oil pickup tube, the extension cable for the solenoid, the chain here, the main chain, alright. This guide from this side, it's been installed, the intermediate gear here, 1, 2, that's for the water pump, this is for the cover that comes here, right, the other guide here, and what's missing here? It's missing this stupid guide, okay? This guide, it goes at this point here, inside, alright, and then comes a tensioner from this side and it's pushing this guide. But I have the old one, I don't have the new one. Yay, lovely. Story of my life. And because I cannot put this guide, because I don't have the guide inside, I cannot continue put the oil pan down, put the seal, because how can I insert inside after all? You know, there is no space for map. They F me up once again. Not something new, right? Yeah, lovely. Okay, I'm gonna put some masking tape here, because this will gonna fail when we're gonna make it upside up the engine, and we're gonna continue from up, from the cylinder heads. What can I do? Right? Dang it. Story of my life. I don't like to miss steps. I hate to miss steps. And I hate that I have to put, let us say, the cylinder heads up, I'm gonna torque it down, then it's gonna be heavy the engine, and I have to turn it again. For what? And if you ask these guys, yeah, there's no problem, we're gonna send you the guides, we're gonna send you every time, years now, every time. One for difference, once just for difference to have all the parts properly here. It's impossible, it looks like. Yeah, let's continue. At least from my side, I'm not gonna delay something. I'm gonna go till the point that I'm not gonna have parts to use. Okay? Moving on. Engine upside up. Pins been installed. Surface nice and clean from both sides. This is supposed to be the bank 2. Yeah, it looks like a bank 2. Alright. That's the bank 1. That's the head gaskets. The studs. You know what? Let me open the nylon, because it's nice and perfect, you know, the surface. Now with the nylon you can't see nothing, right? Yeah, just a second for you. Now it looks a little bit better, right? Without the nylon. Looking good, looking beautiful. Alright, let's start closing it. Let's closing it. Okay, now I have installed both cylinder heads, but not all the studs, only 2 studs. This is what I'm gonna say now. I have mentioned this 1,000 times, maybe more than 1,000 times, maybe, yeah. In any case, you have your studs, alright? Me, what I'm doing, I'm putting 1 drop of oil here on the threads, at the beginning of the threads, alright? Then, 1 second, because I have only 2 hands. I have the ARP assembly grease here, just the sticker went away, but it is from ARP. In this application, you are not using the washer that comes with the studs, because it has already washer on the cylinder head, classic, okay? Let me show you what I'm doing, alright? Yes. You apply assembly grease on the threads here up, alright? Then you're getting the nut. I'm getting the nut, not you are getting, I'm getting the nut, alright? And I'm bolting that much in. You see here that's been squeezed, or you don't see, because out of focus, alright? Then I'm getting the 3/16, but now I cannot do it with 1 hand, and I'm putting it here without scratching anything. Allen 3/16, okay? And then you just bolt it in, where I'm pointing. Now, if you have made your homework, if you have seen the depth of the threads on the block, if it's nice and clean inside, and you have already do that before to see that the height is correct in all of them, you don't have any problem. And when you drive it in, when it goes down, it's solid. I mean, it's solid. That's it. That's more than enough. Alright? And then as soon as you're gonna torque down the nut, you're gonna squeeze the assembly grease around. And you can see that it went all around of the washer. So this is, I have said that again, maybe I have said that 1,000 times. It does make any sense to me, at least, to put all the studs and then put the head gasket and then put the cylinder head and start scratching the cylinder head on the studs. Doesn't make any sense. It's more difficult. Even if there are two people and you try to insert it properly inside, it will not gonna be properly inserted. So one time, I don't know, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, I tried to put the studs and then the cylinder head, and when I saw that it started scratching, I stopped, I took it out the cylinder head, I took out all the studs, I took it out the head gasket, I cleaned everything again to don't have a metallic shavings, and then I installed it with this way. Since that time, I'm doing it with this way. So, if you want my opinion, it's much better, much cleaner, much more. You don't have to F yourself up, trying to align it and to insert inside. You put like that and everybody happy. Now, let me prepare the rest and close for final. Okay, status. I put a couple of studs. I need to put also this row later, not now. Masking tape on the exhaust ports. I put the guides that I have, the new guides. I can put the timing chain. I have put also this guide here, this for the tensioner, the upper one, the lower one don't have it. And then, I was willing to put the thermostat, but if I put the thermostat, how the fuck am I gonna pass the water pump? First I have to put the water pump, but to put the water pump I have to put the timing chain. Yay! Should I put the timing chain and leave it there? No, from this side I can do that, right? Yes, I can put also the cover. That's why I don't want to miss a step. I have an order, I have a checklist. It's not right to jump. Dang it. Alright, water pump. I have already changed the seals. Vaseline, I have it here. Spark plugs here. I don't remember if I mentioned. It's been gapped already. Yeah. Moving on. That's it for now. That's it. I need to have the guide that goes down to the main timing chain. I need also the guide that comes here, the small guide that goes on the cover, to be able to continue. Meanwhile, what I did, I just moved the parts here. I have the crankshaft rear seal here, the crankshaft front seal here, the filter. I changed the seal here. Alright. The oil pan, I bring it here. I brought the coils. I installed also the spark plugs. It's been bolted down. It's ready. I brought the lifters, cam adjusters, camshafts, and the bridges that goes front. Standing by. Well, what should I say? I'm gonna upload this video. I don't know how many minutes it's in total. I'm gonna upload this one. When I'm gonna receive the guides, I'm gonna make another one. That's it. Thank you.